guys, it's Miss Brown again. We're working on poetry this time. You should be on lesson 2, page 14 in your book, and this is just for the 3rd graders right now. And your page should look like so. So, first off, we're going to be working with structure. Structure. In your book, it says a poem is usually made up of rows of text, which is called lines. Now, think about this. We have lines, they go straight. When you're in math, you have your parallel lines, which also go this way or this way, but remember they don't intersect. And then you have, in your notebook, you have lines here. So it's really easy. Just think about when it says lines, it's just a text in a line. Now, you have stanzas. In your book, it says, lines may be broken into groups called stanzas. So, stanzas are similar to paragraphs, only stanzas are found in poetry and paragraphs are found in books, in text. So, you have multiple lines that go together and they create your stanza. Here's an example of one right here, and then here's the second one. Now we know this is 1 and we know this is 2 because there's a space in between. Now, if we were looking at paragraphs, we would have had to indent. Remember, we indent remember that's when you move in a little bit of space, so your line would have started here. Remember we've been working on that? And then you would start the next line over here. But see how they both start on the same right here? So, stanza 1, and then you have stanza 2. Now we're going to go into the sounds of poetry. Now, you have rhythm, which is the beat that you can read the sound to, read the poem to. So rhythm is a pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables and lines of poetry. And then you have words that rhyme, and they have the same ending. So you have pat, sat, cat, hat, all have the same ending, so they rhyme. Now you have language of poetry. You have literal language and you have non-literal language. Now remember, we went over this a while ago, so think back to when we learned it a while. You have literal language, means exactly what the words say. And then you have non-literal language, which is language that does not mean what the words say. That's like, I'm so hungry I could eat a cow. I'm not literally going to eat a cow. I'm just telling you how hungry I am. And that's a way. Then we have points of view. Points of view is the perspective from which the speaker tells a story or observes something. You have first person and you have third person. Now remember, we said first person is when you have I, me, and mine. So those are your hints. So if you want to be a detective and you want to look into your poem, you can be looking for words that have I, me, and mine, and that will tell you that it is first person. And then for your detective clues for third person, you're looking for he, they, her, words like that. And that will tell you if your point of view of your poem is in first person or third person. Now, when you flip the page, on page 16, we have kinds of poems. Kinds of poems that you guys are studying are nursery rhyme, which is a poem that has been retold over many years, and then you have a narrative poem, which is a poem that tells a story. You have a limerick, which is a humorous 5-line poem that rhymes, and a free verse is a poem that does not use rhythm or rhyme. All right, guys. So, and at the very end, it says language spotlight, shades of meaning. Now, when you read through this, think back to the poster we had on our writing wall, and when we wanted to come up with more juicier words, instead of saying good or bad, you went to the poster and you found words that were synonyms for it. So this goes along with that. Now, to do our example, I have found this book that is titled Life Doesn't Frighten Me by Maya Angelou. And then they have a picture and a bio of Maya Angelou in the back. Right here. And we're just going to read part of her poem. So we're just going to read this and study it as if it was just one poem. So it says, Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen to my scream. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. So I'm going to read that one more time so we can really study it. So, and this is the illustration that goes with it, which is what we learned in the previous lesson. Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen to my scream. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. So, when we study this, we have our lines. This is all one stanza. Even though since it's in a book, they kind of made it creative, but technically this one should be over there and there should be no indenting. And then we have a rhyme, scream, and dream. And point of view. Let's look at our detective. Let's put on our detective hats. Let's figure this out. Don't show me. Ooh, we got our first hint. Me. And then my, I'm, my. All right, so then let's look. If you look back on page 15, if you go to first person, it says I, me, or mine. And on third person, it says he, they, or her. We should be looking for it. So what do you think it is? Alright guys, it is first person because we have the me and the my and the I'm, which follows into the first person. And now we're going to flip the page. Type of poem. Let's figure this out. What type of poem do you think it is? Your choices are nursery rhyme, narrative poem, limerick, or free verse. Alright, it is a narrative poem, but let's go through them. So a nursery rhyme is a poem that has been retold over many years. Okay, this has not. Then we have, because it was not written, then says back in the bio that Maya Angelou was born in 1928, so it's not old enough to be a nursery. So we know that. A narrative poem is a poem that tells a story. Let's think about this. Did it tell a story? Don't show me frogs and snakes and listen to my screams. If I'm afraid at all, it's only in my dreams. Kind of told a story, right? Because we're talking about don't show me frogs or snakes. And then I'm not going to be scared. We know the person's not going to be scared. And the only way the person's going to be scared is if it happens in their dream. So, okay, we'll keep that up. And then a limerick is a humorous 5-line poem. Let's count this, because it could be a little humorous. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we're short by 1, so it's not that. And a free verse is a poem that does not use rhythm or rhyme. Well, it does, so it is not a limerick. So that means we are for sure to know that it is a narrative poem. Alright guys, now you're going to do the examples. Make sure you read the rest of the part of lesson 2 and then do the examples and complete it online. And have a great day.